Hello students, in the previous class we studied about what is biotechnology and what is rDNA technology. What is rDNA technology? Recombinant DNA technology. Today in this class we are going to learn about the tools of recombinant DNA technology. What are the different tools used in rDNA technology? Already you know what is rDNA technology. Here in rDNA technology, what we do? First, we cut the long double helical structure of DNA into small pieces with the help of an enzyme. What is that enzyme? Restriction enzyme. This enzyme is also known as molecular scissors because they cut the DNA. So, we use restriction enzymes to cut the DNA, and next we use the same restriction enzyme. That is very important. The same restriction enzyme is used to cut the vector, because with the help of vector only we can transfer the desirable piece of DNA into the body of the host. Now we cut the DNA also, the vector also with the same restriction enzyme, and then afterwards we ligate, we join the desirable piece of DNA with the vector, and we get one DNA. That DNA, it has the desirable piece of alien DNA, and this is known as rDNA, recombinant DNA. And after that, this recombinant DNA is transferred into the body of the host, and then multiplication takes place, and then the multiplication is carried out with the help of an enzyme, polymerase enzyme. So, in this process is the rDNA technology. In this process, we need restriction enzymes to cut, and then we need ligate to join these two pieces, and then we need polymerase enzyme to get multiple copies, and we need vectors, and also we need host organism. So, these are the key tools of rDNA technology. Now, we will study about the restriction enzymes in detail. In the year 1963, two enzymes responsible for restricting the growth of bacteriophage in E. coli were isolated. Two enzymes were isolated from E. coli. They restricted the growth of bacteriophage inside the E. coli. What are bacteriophages? Viruses that infect bacteria. E. coli is a bacteria. And the two enzymes were isolated. One enzyme added methyl groups to DNA, and another one cut the DNA. The enzyme that cut the DNA is known as restriction endonuclease. Restriction endonuclease. The first restriction endonuclease isolated was HIND2. The name of that restriction endonuclease first isolated was HIND2. This HIND2 DNA molecules, the HIND2 cut DNA molecules at a particular point in the DNA. It cut the DNA at a particular point by recognizing a specific sequence of 6 base pairs. It cut only in one place. It cut a sequence, a definite place. It cut the DNA. You see this picture, see. This is the double helical structure of DNA. Double helical, one helix and one and another. Double helical structure. Two strands are there. And then in this two strands, these two strands constitutes sugar and phosphate. Sugar and phosphate are located here on throughout this strand. Sugar and phosphate. And then this nitrogen bases, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine, these project towards the center. They project towards the center. You see here, they project towards the center, and then this is sugar molecule and this phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate. This is the backbone of the DNA double helical structure. This restriction endonuclease, it selects a 6 base sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4 bases are shown here. it selects a 6 base sequence in the DNA molecule. See, this specific base sequence is known as the recognition sequence for HIND2. These 6 base sequence is known as recognition sequence for HIND2. Nowadays, more than 900 restriction enzymes isolated from 230 strains of bacteria. More than 900 restriction enzymes are isolated from 230 strains. That means from one bacteria, so many enzymes are isolated. So, from 230, 900 restriction enzymes were isolated because these restriction enzymes are isolated from the bacteria only. Okay. Now, let us see how to name the restriction enzymes. How to name the giving names to scientific names to organisms. Genus name also included and then species name also they considered. In the same way, here also there are some conventions. Conventions means there are some rules to be followed for naming the restriction enzymes. For example, you take EcoR1. This E, first letter of the name, comes from the genus E. See, Escherichia. This Escherichia is the genus, and then the first letter of the genus will be taken E. And the second two letters come from the species. That is, the bacteria is Escherichia coli. This coli is the specific name, species name. And then the first two letters of the species name is taken next. And then the letter R is derived from the name of the strain. The Escherichia coli RY13 is the bacteria, name of that bacteria. And then this is the strain variety. There are so many strains are there in Escherichia coli also. There are so many strains, varieties. And then this RY13 is the strain. And then the first letter of the strain is taken. And then already we studied from 230 bacteria, 900 enzymes were isolated. So from one bacteria, many enzymes they might have isolated. So the Roman number following the names indicate the order in which the enzymes were isolated from that strain of bacteria. So this enzyme is isolated first. That's why number 1. So the E. coli R1 is the enzyme. It is isolated from Escherichia coli RY13. And then how it is named? The first letter comes from the genus name. And then second two letters, they take the two letters from the species coli. And then next first letter, this letter comes from the first letter of the strain RY13. And then this one, the order in which the enzymes were isolated from that strain of bacteria. In this way, the enzymes are named. And these enzymes, restriction enzymes, they belong to a broad group of enzymes known as nucleases. And then these restriction enzymes are of two types. They are exonucleases and endonucleases. These exonucleases, these nucleases are used to cut the DNA. Some enzymes can cut the DNA at the ends, and some cut at specific positions within the DNA. So these exonucleases, they remove nucleotides from the ends of the DNA. And nucleotides, one DNA is made up of many nucleotides. It's a polynucleotide chain. A DNA is a polynucleotide chain. So there's a restriction enzyme, that is exonuclease, it removes nucleotides from the ends of the DNA, and then here this endonucleases, it cuts at a specific position within the DNA. And then now let us see in what way a restriction endonuclease function. How does a restriction endonuclease function? First, now we want to cut the DNA into pieces. So what we do? We mix DNA and the restriction endonuclease enzyme. We mix together. What will happen? This restriction endonuclease, it inspects the full length of the DNA sequence, and then it inspects the full length of the DNA sequence, and then it finds this specific recognition sequence. I told you already. It finds the specific recognition sequence of 6 base pair, and then it binds to that place, and then cut each of the 2 strands of the double helix at specific points in their sugar phosphate backbones, and then each restriction endonuclease recognizes a specific palindromic nucleotide sequence in the DNA. You see here, look at this diagram. Here it is a DNA, vector DNA, and this is foreign DNA, alien DNA or desirable DNA. Now it is a long chain. Now we mix this long chain of DNA with restriction endonuclease. What happens? This restriction it first inspect the whole length, and then it finds out its specific sequence of 6 base pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 base pairs. These base pairs are, you see, cytosine, thymine, adenine, and guanine. Here, guanine, adenine, thymine, cytosine. This is 6 base pairs. This place is its recognition site, and then it cuts the DNA only in the recognition place. First, it binds with the DNA, and then it cuts the DNA at the recognition sites. The same endonuclease we use for cutting the vector also. Already I told you. So here also the same this endonuclease, it recognizes the same sequence of 6 base pairs, and this sequence of 6 base pairs is known as a palindrome. Palindrome. What is palindrome? What is palindrome? An example for palindrome is Malayalam. We'll see what is palindrome. The group of letters that form the same words when read both forward and backward. Example is Malayalam. See, forward M-A-L-A-O-A-L-A-M Malayalam, and backward M-A-L-A-O-A-L-A-M Malayalam. So this is known as a palindrome. Here also the DNA, it recognizes a palindrome sequence in DNA, a sequence of base pairs that reads same on the 2 strands when orientation of the reading is kept the same. You see, G-A-A-T-T-C. These are all the nitrogen bases. This we are reading it from orientation 5' to 3'. These are the ends of the DNA, 5' end to 3' end. And the opposite side, the next strand of the DNA contains the when we read this strand also from the same orientation from 5' to 3', it looks the same thing. See, G-A-A-T-T-C, here also G-A-A-T-T-C. When we read from 3' orientation, then here also C-T-T-A-A-G, and then here from 3' orientation C-T-T-A-A-G. This sequence is palindrome sequence. This restriction endonuclease, it selects only this palindrome sequence and it attaches itself with the DNA, and then it cuts the DNA. Then this restriction enzyme cuts the strand of DNA a little away from the center of the palindrome sites, but between the same 2 bases on the opposite strands. You see here, they cut the Here you see, and the center is here, but this restriction endonuclease, it cut the two strands, both the strands it will cut, both the strands just little away from the center. Here also from little away from this is the point where the restriction endonuclease cut both the strands. See, arrow mark is given. Here, when it cuts, they leave in this way. That is known as sticky ends. Here you see this here these two strands are joined together by hydrogen bonds. Here guanine and cytosine they are joined by 3 hydrogen bonds. Adenine and thymine are joined by 2 hydrogen bonds. So between these nitrogen bases bonds are there, hydrogen bonds. Now one side is removed, so only hydrogen bonds are there. Here also in foreign DNA the same thing happens. This restriction endonuclease, it cut the palindrome sequence just away from the center. Here also just away from the center, and it leaves sticky ends here. Sticky ends, they contain hydrogen bonds here, and here also sticky ends, and then these two are easily joined together with the help of DNA ligase. In the help of DNA ligase it is joined. These hydrogen bonds, they facilitate joining of these two pieces, this vector DNA as well as this alien piece of DNA. In this way, this restriction endonuclease, it helps in cutting DNA, alien DNA as well as this vector DNA, and then DNA ligase, it helps in joining the two pieces of this vector as well as this alien DNA, foreign DNA. And then these sticky ends, the overhanging stretches are called sticky ends. They form hydrogen bonds with the cut counterparts. Stickiness of the ends facilitates the action of the enzyme DNA ligase. Very, very important point. The same restriction enzyme we have to use for cutting the alien DNA as well as the vector. Then only same kind of sticky ends we will get. And these sticky ends, they are joined together by DNA ligases. Thank you, students.